Bucks.
I like it.
Rob came up with this, and it's gonna be the All NBA contract year.
Not yet.
And it's not yet for the NBA. I thought we had the All NBA contract year.
I mean,
Yeah,
we're doing NFL right now.
I mean, NFL all contract year. My bad, guys. I was thinking about NBA. NFL all
What is it
contract
between
year.
names and all that?
Yeah, we all messing up, boy. We all messing up.
Hey, look, you know what? Know what? It's on me. I had the Orlando Magic shirt on. That's what happened. It was just it got caught up in the air. It's all good.
Look, the all contract year of people who are out here about to get their money or have gotten their money. You know, or they looking for their money because you know a lot of y'all out here. That's whenever y'all get y'all Paul George on and play the best, and then come out there and go sit on the bench half the year after that. So we're going to start Daniel Jones for our quarterback.
Yep. So the reason why we want to do an all contract year team, mainly because when we're talking about fantasy football, so like this is the time for fantasy football drafts, and we're actually gonna have a couple fantasy football drafts for Brah Migos podcast coming up real soon. So the announcement's coming up real soon. So be on the lookout. But no, when you're basically picking your fantasy teams, you want to pick some of these players because they're going to be basically balling their ass off because they're trying to get a new deal. So first up, like Nate said, Daniel Jones, kind of by default. It's not a ton of NFL free agents or the quarterback free agents that are out there. And as you kind of saw, Anthony Richardson's job doesn't seem very secure. So Daniel Jones being out there in Indianapolis playing for that team who just drafted Tyler Warren, who got Michael Pittman Jr., who's got basically Jonathan Taylor. He's got some stuff out there that he can basically work with. Maybe pull a Sam Darnold and get himself some more money. So, I mean, Daniel Jones is the guy that I would say is for the quarterback position for the all contract year team.
Daniel Jones, that whole Indianapolis thing is a mess there. That's to say the least.
It's a mess, but it's centered. The mess is kind of centered around the quarterback position. Like they do have some pieces other places. Kwity Paye, who I would have basically put on this team for this year. They got other players that basically that are pretty good, but like, yeah, no, it's really centered around the Anthony Richardson has not been able to take the next step. It is still early. The man is still young, but it's like you gotta do something soon. Like there's time, but you want to get some level of niceness that you can really look at and be like, okay, this is the future. This guy's the future. But speaking of the future, so I got two running backs that I basically want to name. So running back one for the all contract year team, Breece Hall. So it's a name that basically we've been talking about, especially with the Jets, especially with you know a guy that basically has been running well, has had injury issues. This is the time where he's basically going to want to stand out and get that money, either out of the Jets or out of somebody else. But the thing about it is he's going to have to do that. Like they're going to probably have somebody else coming up behind him to basically take his position because he's that contract year. But this is the time that he needs to basically play out. Another guy who's in that same boat, especially when you saw it last year, Rachaad White with Tampa Bay. Bucky Irvin is right there to basically supplant him as RB1 on that team. Even though he's RB2 here, it's really more that he needs to basically have that year. So he's going to be balling out. He's going to be out there in the flats. He's going to be out there doing every kind of dirty work to show you should be paying him his money. Those are my two running backs for that.
Okay, and I'll take up a few for you. Wide receiver one, Scary Terry McLaughlin. Okay, I'm gonna stop here for a second. Commanders, you better pay him. You better
pay
him.
Y'all got to.
If you don't pay him and he goes somewhere else, Jaden Daniels not only will be in fear of that sophomore slump, but he ain't gonna have no number one.
Like You got the best deep ball throwing quarterback without one of the best deep ball throwing receivers. You're really trying to separate peanut butter and jelly here. Don't separate peanut butter and jelly. Just let that put those motherfuckers on two pieces of bread and rock. That's what y'all need to be thinking about. Keep these motherfuckers together. Just I know he's about to be what 31. You know, he's going into his 7th year, 8th year, whatever it is. Give that man his money before it's too late. Y'all fuck up with this.
Okay. Now, with that being said, Scary Terry, well, from Scary Terry to Debo Samuels. Look,
his teammate.
This is a guy who I thought was not going to end up in Washington. I thought that this guy might end up somewhere like Dallas, but he didn't. Look, he still can. Debo, you kind of forced your way out, and I know that you're happy that you got your way out of this, but this is what I will say. Getting out of the 49ers, I felt like it felt wrong to me, Rob. It felt wrong. I felt like he was supposed to stay. He was supposed to be there and continue with the current quarterback who just got paid. Maybe that's just me just looking at it how I've been looking at it, but hey, teach his own with that one. Okay, Christian Watson.
Yes. This is another guy. Yeah, this is another guy. Yeah, like he's had a ton of injuries as well. Like, but this is the time where you got that crowded wide receiver pool right there with Green Bay, where you got Jalen Reed and you got the Terry and Wicks. Like you got some dudes that basically is right there. Like he has the great ability. It's just that when it comes to Christian Watson, it's just like he cannot stay on the field. Like he is a touchdown threat every time he gets on there, but it's like it's far and few between. He kind of reminds me of Giancarlo Stanton. It's like he has that kind of home run ability, but 4 games out of the year, essentially, because that's all he's healthy for. It's like it's unfortunate, but it's like that. It's just the rule thing. It's just thing. Like honorable mention, I would say for like Christian Kirk with the Texans is a guy to watch out for. Hollywood Brown as well, but like Christian Watson, I know he's gonna want to show out this year. He's gonna want to basically play as close to 17 games as possible, but that's a guy that I would say be on the lookout for.
Okay, this next guy, I believe that the sky can be the limit for him if he's put in the right position. Kyle Pitts Sr. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, Atlanta. You need to put plays in there and let this man do what he needs to do. He needs to be targeted. I ain't gonna blame Kurt all the way because Kurt had his favors, but Kurt, you wasn't throwing the ball in that man's direction enough. He's 6'5", Kurt. He's 6'5", 250.
All the ability in the world.
Did you not see the scouting report from him when he came up out of college? They graded that man a 98 or 99 out of 100. He was that surefire of a pick, and y'all won't use him. And he's still young, 24 years old.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Like, think about how long we've known of Kyle Pitts. It feels like that motherfucker's like 30. And it feels like they've been trying to basically like for real, like it feels like they've been trying to keep that motherfucker in Mylar, like keep him preserved or something. Like no, let that motherfucker rock. Like he's basically now trying to Michael Penix. I can't stress this enough. Rip that motherfucker out the plastic. All right. Make him a 1,000-yard receiver. I think he's only had 14 touchdowns in 4 years, some shit like that. It's a crazy, 10. See, I even overrated you. Like, I gave you more than what you had. Like, that's fucking nuts. Like when this motherfucker came out of college, we were like, oh, he's gonna be a perennial Pro Bowl candidate. He's gonna be like 20 touch. He's gonna be like 10 touchdowns a year. He's gonna be a red zone threat. All this.
Here's the
Man,
crazy.
it's so
Here's the
nuts.
crazy part. He had 110 targets his first year. He had 1,000 yards. Only got one touchdown. Okay.
Mhm.
Second year, he was out 7 games. He had 59 targets, 356 yards. Third year, 90 targets, 667 yards. Okay. Last year, 74 targets, for 602 yards. Now, granted, this comes off of 68, 28, 53, and 47 receptions. This man is not getting targeted like in his first year. This man needs to be targeted heavenly in the game.
Yeah.
I've watched him run and just quit sometime because he know that they ain't throwing him the ball. Like, he's like, "Ah, they never throw it this direction. They don't throw it to me too often, man."
Yeah.
I just kind of stand here and I'm be the 6'5" target right here, and they don't throw
I'll
it
be
my way.
around. Just be around.
It is a travesty what they do. And I will say this: if he gets to a high end quarterback, he's gonna make Atlanta eat shit.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna make Atlanta eat shit, and it's gonna be horrible for him. Defensive tackle 1, DJ Reader, Rob.
So
Why do
I
you think that
actually
they haven't paid this man?
so here's why I think they haven't. So he's 30, he's about to be 33, coming up
Mm-hmm.
on this season. I think they basically are just like, all right, we're gonna see what we can do about this. He pairing it up with another guy that he's gonna that I have on the all contract here team with Levi Anzurike. Anzurike. Yeah, that's probably right. I've been getting names wrong. We'll just add that to the list. But no,
Yep.
like he basically both of them guys, or Alzarique basically is coming off his rookie deal. Reader is a guy that's been a journeyman. Like he's been
Yep.
around, the league for a while. So I mean, like I think it's really more. This is probably like his last contract, I would think. But he's gonna basically try to play out, especially with that Lions defense, who now is without Aaron Glenn for the first time in a while. That's basically is going to get some of their players back, like Kirby Joseph, not Kirby Joseph, Aiden Hutchinson, Brian Branch, all those kind of dudes. Like it's going to be a better defense than what was shown down the stretch because they were all just really hurt. But those two guys, I would say, number 1 and 2, defensive tackle. If you have an IDP league, those are guys to basically go after.
Yeah. So far, he's coming off of like a career high in sacks. He had 3 last year, which a lot of guys be like, "Oh, that's not a lot." You're probably right. He's looking at probably his last contract. It's gonna be if he can push and make anything of it. Maybe he can be of value to a team for a little bit of nothing if they can get him for like a late round pick. Maybe he can make it effect somewhere, be a very good backup. You never know.
Mm-hmm.
But defensive end 1, Trey Hendricks.
This is the guy that basically I was alluding to. There's a teaser about Bengals who they need to pay, especially when you're talking about defense. A guy in Trey Hendrickson who's basically been an outstanding defensive end throughout his career. Guy that basically needs that money. So like it's like somebody else that basically I'm gonna talk about. It's a lot of teasers in here. That's what we do at night. But like this, like when talking about not paying defensive players their money, especially when they earn it, dog. This is a guy that's earned that money. Bengals, stop being cheap. Stop reallocating your money in the wrong place. Trey Hendricks earned his money. Kind of same thing with this other guy, Malcolm Kuntz, out of with Vegas. Like being on the other side of Max Crosby, who has got his money repeatedly and earned it as well. Like these are two guys that basically need to get their money, get them paid, get them long-term contract, and basically call it a day. But this is what you guys need to do. Make sure y'all paying these dudes, but at least have these people work out for you, fantasy owners. Malcolm Kuntz, Koonce. Yeah, that one. And then Trey Hendrickson.
So look, and I gotta say this about Trey Hendrickson. 17 and a half sacks last year. Okay. 17 and a half sacks last year. Pay him. Pay him.
Money.
The big guys get gritty out there. Pay him his money. Y'all already are lagging defense. You need at least somebody to smack the quarterback upside his head every now and then. And he's done it 17 and a half times back-to-back seasons. Pay him. He's in his prime. He's clearly in his prime. He's out here hitting 17 and a half back-to-back. Pay him his money. That's all I'm going to say. Pay him his goddamn money. And this one.
This is what I need to chime in.
Look, this is your part right here.
Look, you got
Micah
the ball.
Parsons. Go ahead, Visky.
Jerry, let the motherfucker go. He don't want to be there no more, goddamn it. Even though he deserved his money and it's your fault. But at the same time, now you got him don't even want to be there. So now I feel like it's too late. The time has passed. Micah, you don't want to be there. Bye. Because we got two more guys that they by the name that we could just replace you with that I feel like will be some good replacements. The next two guys on the list, we could plug and play. Because Micah, I love you. You was a great. You earned your money. But now you ready to go. So like, you ain't want to be in Dallas no more. So you ain't want me to root for you no more. So even though I was rooting for you to get your money, you can't hold nobody hostage. You know, after all this, I feel like the turmoil is just going to be too toxic, you know. So I feel like you're going to pay him, or what I feel like, look, he ready to go, let him go, because he's not going to play up to par with this on his mind. And, you know, one of these next two guys, I feel like they could fit right in and we could make a move.
Damn.
Being, well, I really prefer Joey Bosa. Yes, Bosa, he has made a statement. I feel like we can go steal him, plug him into the defense, and he gonna work just fine. You ain't the only goddamn linebacker in the league. You ain't the only one bringing that smart. Joey Bosa, let's start waiting on you. We waiting. And no, even if we do miss on Joey Bosa, I feel like Nick, no pronunciations. Bonito. I feel like he did make a statement. He's made some noise in the league, you know. So I feel like he deserves money too, because I feel like he's constantly in the highlights. He's constantly proving that he could be the linebacker, the number one option linebacker that can then get you what you need, get you the stops, you know, tip balls, all that. So all three of these guys at linebacker, I feel like, just in general, personal feelings aside, all three of these guys, I feel like have earned their money, which I feel like this season, they're going to prove it again of why they need to be paid. Because these three, I feel like these three is the perfect three to be on the all contract team for linebacker. And each one could fit that blue star. Ready for it.
So you ready to push? You ready to push Micah Parsons out for these other two cats?
I mean, I'm not saying I'm ready. It's just that when somebody doesn't want to be somewhere, I feel like you can't come back from that. It's hard to come back from it.
I get it, but
just
it's hard
in general in life.
Yeah, I know you don't want to. You want to keep it player. I get that, but like, you ain't really no players like Micah Parsons, dog. Like, that man plays like a demon. I really don't have. I've been saying like that man plays like a demon because I have really no other way of saying how he plays. Like, that's the best way I could basically put it. That man plays like very scary. He be throwing around offensive tackles and shit. Like, it don't make a lick of sense like what that motherfucker does. Like, honestly, like I don't know how you haven't paid him, Jerry. Like, even because I've been thinking about like, all right, it's like maybe he likes the attention, maybe he likes this. The attention ain't getting you paid. Like, there's nothing you are really gonna do with as far as like not paying this dude is gonna really work out. Like, pay that man or get the fuck out the way for somebody else to pay him.
I will say this real quick. Nick Bonito, here's the catch to him. He went from 1.5 to 8 to 13.5 sacks. He is young. He's a second round pick. Now, if you believe in him enough and you could get him, the problem is, where's Michael Parsons going?
Mm-hmm.
See, that's my issue. Would you want to send him to Denver? I wouldn't want to send him to Denver.
As long as he don't end up in the NFC East, you know.
I want to try to send him to the goddamn what were they named? The Tropics?
No, the Vikings. It's okay.
No. I know you would like him.
I would just here to help.
We only taking Justin Jefferson from y'all. I'm saying.
Yeah, no. That ain't happening.
Not if they let Rob have a say in the trade. You would be lucky if you get back 2 Kit Kats and a pack of Tic Tacs if he got something to say with it.
I give you stewed happiness. Make a mistake, nigga. You are getting nothing. Air pudding.
See, I told you that's what you're dealing when you do business with Rob. But I will say this: if you do decide to roll the dice on a second round guy like him, it's where are we sending Micah? Because do you want to send him anywhere where he could win, like right now? Because that's the issue.
No.
And you know that you don't want him to play this out or play out his contract and end up somewhere. Because let's just say if it was a fifth. Let's say he decides I'm gonna play out and he ends up a Viking, a chief, a eagle, somewhere where he can really do damage.
You're right. Because I don't want to send him to Buffalo for Joey, and that's bad too. Mm-mm. Yeah,
just choose wisely, because teams make room whenever players like him come available.
Right.
You don't want to see him in Kansas City. You don't want to see him in Buffalo. You don't want to see him nowhere where because I'll tell you now, if he was to end up somewhere like in Kansas City, I'm gonna win like the next 3 Super Bowls. Patrick Mahomes is gonna spend most of the time with the ball on the field, throwing bombs and shit. Because Michael Parsons is gonna be knocking CTE into people on the other side of the ball. Okay, it's the best way to put it. So,
oh man,
be careful where you wish for him to go.
Right.
This could come back to haunt you. Now, Jair Alexander, cornerback, Rob, that man has a lot of promise. Okay, to me, he has a lot of promise. You gotta pay him.
Yeah.
I don't think you can get away with it.
And I think they will. I mean, and if they don't, I think somebody else will. I think this is going to be a bounce back year. Like talking with my brother, shout out to Roderick, man. Like he's a Packers fan. Like he hated seeing Jair Alexander go. But the thing about it is, like, understand that, like, yeah, he's going to show out with the Ravens. And I think that he's going to basically really come back for them and just say, hey, y'all must have forgot who I am. Like, I am a guy that's multiple-time Pro Bowler. I am a guy that basically, is out here. I'm glad to see him gone because he used to shut Justin Jefferson's ass down a lot. And so, but I think he's going to bounce back this year. Same thing could be, well, not really a bounce back, but like, I think who's going to show out, because this is what the Cowboys cornerbacks do. It's like, seems like with the Byron Joneses of the world, I forgot the name, but like you see these guys that they don't stay with the Cowboys. Seem like you'll have like this Pro Bowl, cornerback like Enderon Bland that basically he's gonna basically get his money. He's gonna be gone, like Uncle Elroy in next Friday. Like that's what it seems like it's gonna be for him. But he's a guy that I would say is gonna probably show out this year. They gonna not throw his way or they're gonna throw his way. He gonna get like 7 interceptions. Like it's gonna be when it comes to him. So that's a guy that I think is gonna have a great year this year.
Yeah, people forget 2023. The man had 9 interceptions. So yeah. He was just right there. Yeah, he didn't have any last year, but it forced the ball to go other places than other people. on Dallas had interceptions. So you throw enough shutdown corners out there, somebody's going to get one. Somebody's going to get one. Now, this is one that I'm interested to see how this plays out for him. Jonathan Owens
from
the Lou.
Thank you.
And he's also, he's also married to Miss Simone Biles.
Absolutely,
and
because we the prize. That's STL the prize. Okay. I know everybody doesn't, we are the prize. We like when you look at this. Look at all this prize. That's what I'm saying, man. But like, no, Jonathan Owens, he's had some moments. Like he has been kind of staying around the league. He's not like a great safety, but he's basically had, really good moments. He had a touchdown where Simone Biles was in the crowd and everything like that with the Bears and everything. So, man, like I think this could be a year that he more goes to that next level and shows that he can be somebody that's a mainstay in the safety position within the NFL. So, between him, Byron Cook, who's with the Chiefs, like basically been playing with them for a while, they gonna make some money. They gonna have some shine that they basically can do. But when you have an STL cat on the list, it kind of shows out. Just basically, this is other motherfuckers out there. I'm just saying when you represent the 314, when you make it out there, make it out of God's country, you just you got something to you. That's just what it is. That's what it's gonna be. But it was all good. But that's the all contract year team for everyone. So just be on the lookout for them and watch them basically show out.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty nice this year. So sometime I'll be wanting to tell him, he ought to look at all of the, Louisiana produced wide receivers, just study on out there,
There. Just nothing like the Lou.
Don't you have one of our wide receivers?
What are you talking about, the Lou? Or are you talking about Jameson Williams, who's from Herbert Hoover Boys and Girls Club?
No. Don't you have an LSU receiver?
I do, but I'm just saying, like when we talk about the talent that is from St. Louis, the 314, baby, it's just nothing like it. Nothing matches it. Nothing basically compares. And that's just all around. I'm not basically keeping it in the NFL. I'm talking about speaking. I'm talking about looking. I'm talking about everything. You're talking about grace and air. I'm just talking about period. If you orbit a St. Louis motherfucker, you're just different. Your whole aura just changes up. I'm just saying, I'm just putting it like that. And I'm talking, and that extends to the 618. It's all in the soul, baby. So it's just what it is. When you basically touch that Mississippi, it's just somebody.
Somebody. I guess I'll let you